The year was 2026, and something unexpected was happening across social media, entertainment websites, and fan communities around the world. Everywhere people looked, one topic seemed to appear again and again: Barış Arduç and Elçin Sangu. No official announcement had been made. No major project had been confirmed. Yet conversations about the beloved screen duo were growing larger every day. It all started on a quiet spring morning. A popular entertainment page shared a simple post celebrating memorable television moments from the past decade. Among the photos was an image of Barış and Elçin from one of their most unforgettable scenes together. Within hours, thousands of fans had reacted. Some shared their favorite memories. Others talked about how much those performances had meant to them. Many newer viewers, who had recently discovered their work through streaming platforms, began asking questions about the actors and their careers. The post quickly became one of the most discussed topics of the week. Nobody expected it. But the excitement was only beginning. Across different countries, fan pages started creating tribute videos highlighting memorable moments from both stars' careers. Short clips filled with smiles, emotional scenes, and inspiring memories began appearing everywhere. The videos were warm, positive, and respectful. People enjoyed remembering why they had admired the actors in the first place. Soon, something interesting happened. A famous magazine published an article about television partnerships that had left a lasting impact on audiences. The article mentioned several well-known acting duos from around the world. Among them were Barış and Elçin. Readers immediately shared the article online. Comments flooded every platform. Many fans agreed that certain performances never lose their charm, no matter how many years pass. Others discussed how storytelling can create connections that remain strong long after a project ends. The discussion grew larger every day. Meanwhile, neither Barış nor Elçin seemed aware of the growing wave of attention. Both were focused on their own professional journeys. They attended events, worked on new projects, and continued building successful careers. Yet their names kept appearing together in conversations. One evening, a young content creator uploaded a video titled, "Why are people talking about Barış Arduç and Elçin Sangu again in 2026?" The creator expected a few thousand views. Instead, the video attracted millions. Viewers from different countries joined the discussion. Some explained how they had recently discovered old episodes. Others said they were revisiting favorite moments. Many simply enjoyed celebrating two talented performers whose work had left a positive impression. The video sparked even more curiosity. News outlets began covering the phenomenon. Entertainment reporters wanted to understand why interest had suddenly increased. One journalist interviewed fans from different regions. Their answers were surprisingly similar. It's the chemistry in the storytelling. It's the memorable characters. It's the emotions. It feels timeless. The journalist noticed something remarkable. Most of the discussions were not focused on rumors or speculation. Instead, people were celebrating creativity, memorable performances, and the joy of revisiting stories they loved. That positive atmosphere encouraged even more people to join. Within weeks, fan communities organized online events dedicated to sharing favorite scenes, inspiring quotes, and memorable moments from the actors' careers. The events were friendly and welcoming. New fans met longtime supporters. Everyone had a story to tell. One fan from South America explained how a television series had helped her learn Turkish culture. Another fan from Europe described watching episodes with family members every weekend. A fan from Asia said the stories had inspired him to pursue creative writing. The comments continued endlessly. As the conversations expanded, a surprising trend appeared. Streaming platforms reported increased interest in older projects connected to both actors. Viewers who had never seen their work before decided to explore it for the first time. Many were surprised by how fresh the stories still felt. Soon, online discussions transformed into something bigger. People began talking about the influence of memorable television storytelling itself. Why do certain performances remain unforgettable? Why do some stories continue attracting audiences years later? Barış and Elçin became part of a larger conversation about creativity and lasting impact. Entertainment experts joined the discussion. Several commentators noted that successful performances often create emotional connections with viewers. When audiences genuinely care about characters and stories, those memories can remain powerful for many years. That explanation seemed to resonate with people. The excitement continued growing. Then, something happened that nobody expected. At a cultural event in Istanbul, organizers displayed a digital timeline celebrating influential television moments from the previous decade. Visitors could walk through different sections featuring memorable productions and performances. One section included photographs connected to projects involving Barış and Elçin. Visitors stopped frequently to take pictures. Many shared them online. Within hours, those images spread across social media. The trend became even larger. Suddenly, major entertainment pages were discussing the phenomenon daily. Headlines appeared everywhere. Fans celebrate timeless performances. A new generation discovers classic favorites. Why interest continues growing in 2026. The momentum seemed unstoppable. Even people who rarely followed entertainment news became curious. What exactly was happening? Why had this topic become so popular? The answer appeared simple. People were connecting through shared memories. They were celebrating stories that had brought joy, inspiration, and entertainment. In a fast-moving world filled with constant changes, familiar stories offered something comforting. And at the center of that conversation stood two names everyone seemed to recognize. Barış Arduç. Elçin Sangu. Neither had planned for this unexpected wave of attention. Yet their names were once again being discussed across the world. And as the excitement continued to grow, a new development was about to surprise fans even more. A single photograph, taken during a public event, would soon spark an entirely new chapter in the story. The photograph appeared online late on a Friday evening. At first, it seemed like an ordinary picture from a public cultural event in Istanbul. Hundreds of photos from the same event had already been shared throughout the day, and most attracted only moderate attention. But this one was different. Within minutes, fans began reposting it. Then more pages shared it. Soon, thousands of comments started appearing. The reason was simple. The photograph captured a special moment. Not because it revealed a secret. Not because it announced a new project. But because it showed something people genuinely appreciated, a moment of professional respect and warmth. The image showed Barış Arduç attending one section of the event while Elçin Sangu was visiting another nearby area. The photograph happened to capture both of them during the same evening. It was a completely normal situation. Yet for fans who had spent weeks discussing memorable television moments, the image felt symbolic. Many people saw it as a reminder of an era of storytelling they still loved. The reaction was immediate. Entertainment pages began publishing articles about the growing fan excitement. Most headlines focused on the continuing popularity of classic television projects and the positive memories associated with them. As discussions spread across social media, something interesting happened. People started sharing personal stories. One viewer wrote about discovering Turkish television during a difficult period in life. Another explained how certain characters had inspired confidence and optimism. A university student shared a post describing how memorable performances had encouraged her to pursue acting classes. Thousands of similar messages followed. The conversation was becoming larger than entertainment itself. It was becoming a celebration of stories that had connected people across different countries and cultures. A few days later, a well-known media analyst discussed the trend during an interview. According to the analyst, audiences often reconnect with familiar stories during periods of rapid change. People enjoy revisiting moments that bring comfort, inspiration, and positive memories. The explanation made sense. 2026 was moving quickly. New shows arrived every week. Trends changed constantly. Yet some stories remained meaningful no matter how much time passed. That idea resonated with audiences everywhere. Meanwhile, fan communities became more active than ever. Creative artists shared illustrations. Editors produced tribute videos. Writers published articles exploring the influence of memorable television partnerships. The content remained positive and respectful. Many creators focused on themes such as friendship, teamwork, dedication, and artistic achievement. As the weeks passed, the excitement continued growing. Then another unexpected event occurred. A streaming platform released a list highlighting several television projects that had experienced significant increases in viewership during the year. Fans immediately noticed that productions associated with both Barış and Elçin appeared among the most frequently revisited titles. The announcement generated even more discussion. People who had never watched those productions before became curious. New audiences began exploring the stories for themselves. Soon, online reviews started appearing from first-time viewers. Many expressed surprise. They expected older productions to feel dated. Instead, they found engaging storytelling, memorable characters, and performances that still felt authentic. Those reviews encouraged even more people to watch. The cycle continued. Each new viewer introduced the stories to friends and family members. Gradually, the audience expanded across generations. Longtime fans welcomed newcomers warmly. Discussion groups grew larger. Community events attracted increasing participation. One international fan page organized a virtual celebration called Stories That Last. Participants came from dozens of countries. The event focused on discussing favorite scenes, lessons learned from fictional characters, and the positive impact of creative storytelling. Organizers expected a few hundred participants. Instead, thousands joined. The success surprised everyone. Reporters covering entertainment trends began asking an important question. Could nostalgia alone explain the phenomenon? Or was something else happening? Several experts offered an interesting perspective. They suggested that audiences were not only revisiting the past. They were also searching for quality storytelling. In a world filled with endless content choices, people often recommend productions that leave lasting impressions. As recommendations spread, new audiences naturally become interested. That explanation seemed increasingly accurate. The excitement surrounding Barış and Elçin was not limited to longtime supporters. Many participants in the discussion were completely new viewers. They were discovering these performances for the first time. And they wanted to understand why so many people continued talking about them. One evening, a popular television critic posted a thoughtful message. The true measure of a performance is not how much attention it receives during release. The true measure is whether people still talk about it years later. The message quickly went viral. Thousands agreed. The comment appeared across countless fan pages and discussion groups. Soon afterward, several entertainment magazines published special features examining the careers of actors whose work continued influencing audiences long after original broadcasts. Again, Barış and Elçin appeared among the names discussed. Readers appreciated the balanced approach. The articles focused on professional achievements, dedication to craft, and the lasting value of memorable storytelling. As summer approached, the conversation reached another level. Event organizers across different countries began including discussions about influential television productions in cultural programs and media panels. Fans attended enthusiastically. Many participants emphasized the importance of positive stories that bring people together. The atmosphere remained welcoming and optimistic. Then came the moment nobody expected. A respected industry organization announced a special event celebrating creative achievements in television and entertainment. The event would honor productions and performances that had continued inspiring audiences over the years. Immediately, speculation began. Fans wondered which actors and productions might be recognized. Social media exploded with predictions. Comment sections filled with excitement. Discussion groups became more active than ever. Although no official details were revealed, anticipation continued growing day by day. The timing could not have been more perfect. Interest in Barış Arduç and Elçin Sangu was already at its highest point in years. Now audiences had another reason to pay attention. Across fan communities worldwide, one question appeared repeatedly. What happens next? Nobody knew the answer. But everyone sensed that the story was far from over. The growing wave of appreciation, nostalgia, and renewed discovery had created something remarkable. And as preparations for the upcoming celebration quietly continued behind the scenes, an unexpected announcement was about to capture the attention of fans everywhere. A single message, released without warning, would soon change everything.